Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, pushing his word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And there's a sit-down lesson. And it's another article. Just recently came out, Salakia. And this was recently on December the 28th, 2021. And it says, the highlight of this news article, and it says, Syrian air defiances response to Israeli aggression targeting port city, state media reports. It says Damascus, which is in Israel. Let me take that back. I meant to say was Damascus, which is in Syria. I meant to say. It says it's repelling a alleged Israeli attack targeting a major port on the Mediterranean Sea. And this is a image right here shows a fire is seen at the alleged Israeli attack in Latakia, Syria, December the 28th, 2021. And it was from Twitter. The screenshot right there shows it. Syrian air defiances were activated after the country's principal port city of Latakia, if I pronounce that right, came under a missile attack which sparked a major fire resulting in significant damage to the port. Syria state media report. Footage posted online shows in a series of blasts rocketing what appears to be the port. Man, it's a video right there. So, that was a little 50-second clip right there. It was showing a little area, and this is from somebody posted that from Twitter. And it says, Latakia, Syria, clear views of the blast caused by the IAF, what's Israeli airstrikes. And then it's another close video. It says a close video, and this was reported from Twitter, from ELINT News, I believe. And they said this is a closer video from Latakia port in Syria, showing the Israeli cruise missile impacts. Yeah, so that was another 32-second clip of that showing another different view of the image. It was an Israeli cruise missile impact by the Israeli military aggression. He's sending launch airstrikes at a target port right by the Mediterranean Sea that was talking about. So continuing on with the reading, and it says, flames can be seen engulfing the port and lighting up the night skies. In another clip from the scene, and there's another scene right here. So yeah, it was showing the image of that, from the, I guess it was another different view. That was the third video I showed, over there in the region over there. Well, the Israeli aggression using airstrikes over there. The Israeli military aggression. They was doing some, I guess they was targeting some areas, a confinement area over there in the Mediterranean Sea, which is over there, And continuing on with the reading, and it says the port reportedly sustained a great material damage in the strike. The number of containers was burned down as the result of the attack, and the SANA reported, but it says there have been no report of casualties. It says the airstrikes come exactly 3 weeks after a subjective. Salaki, hold on a second. Now back to what I was saying. The airstrikes comes exactly 3 weeks after the port was subjected to a similar attack, which Damascus also blamed in Tel Aviv. At the same time, several missiles hit the port in the overnight raid, igniting fire in the contained area. It says the raid comes as tensions flare up between Damascus and Tel Aviv. Early on Monday, the Syrian defense accuses Israel of unprecedented escalations as the Israeli government has given the green light of the $317 million settlement plan in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. Yeah, I was reading that article about that as well, too. It says, under the plan, the number of Jewish settlers in the area is set to double over the next 5 years. Damascus, which condemns the planned expansion as a blatant violation of international law. It says sees the Golan Heights as of its sovereign territory as the UN Security Council resolutions. So yeah, there been tensions going on over there. Like they said in the past 3 weeks. There's airstrikes over there, multiple airstrikes over there in the region over there in Syria, the Syrian border over there. Then, I believe the Syrian government blaming Israel for the $317 million settlement over there with the Jewish settlers, which the small hatters, that's what we call them. But yeah, they've been having continuing tensions over there, and it's get on. It's been continuing airstrikes over there with the Israeli aggression, against the Syrian government, I believe. About a couple of months ago, it was a few got injured, this Syrian civilians, by the Israeli aggression, and tempers flaring continually over there, and the Syrian government, I believe, was blaming Syria was blaming. I meant to say was Syria blaming the Israeli aggression and the about these launch strikes that's Israeli government continuing on doing, which is the IDF, the Israeli military, they constantly continue doing air raids and air strikes over there in that region. Believe they might be in a bad organization over there, ally backed for of Israeli their enemies, sometimes that might go correlate to the Iran-backed military groups, because there's already tensions between Iran and Israel. So, Israel, the IDF, they're going to continue constantly doing airstrikes, over there, because they believe, Iran have military-backed allies over there, and I believe they target the Syrian government as well too. So they get involved in the crossfire. So, it's tensions boiling up over there in that region, just like this tension between Iran and Israel, And I'm gonna bring this scripture out, which I, always normally do. Let's see. And I'm gonna bring it out again because you're starting to see, more and more and more and more of these happening in the news around the world, especially over there in the Middle East region. You got these tensions between these nations are starting to stir up, and these wars and rumors of wars are starting to be a reality. Like I mentioned before in my previous video, this is starting to come a full reality of the nations shall rise against nations and wars and rumors of wars. These wars and rumors of wars, it's starting to become a reality. At first, it was just a rumor, like, oh, it's just a rumor, it might not become true, that's just a report. But, you're starting to see these things, and it's starting to show full effect. It's starting to go into full action, and it's starting to be a reality rather than a rumor, And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7, and it reads, "For nation shall rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms." As you continue to see that as well too, different matters of kingdoms going going against each other, and it's increasing and intensifying these last days, and reading on. And there shall be famines, yes, the continual famines, and the pestilence, and the continual pestilence, increasingly, and earthquakes in diverse places, which, we already know that, the continual and the increase of the earthquakes in diverse places, So, that's all I wanted to bring out, about the story just was recently about, the Syrian air defiance, responding to the Israeli aggression target port cities. So these nations are continuing going at it in that region over there. They've been going on for the past been the past couple of years now, and it's starting to intensify and increase in these last days. But with that, I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. Until next time, I'll say shalom.